Welcome back, everybody. I don't have the setup perfectly right to do a regular like here's what to buy, what not to buy. I'm hoping to get that done before set 14 drops. But a little video on what you should be grabbing, what to look forward to from set 13. Big shout out to curly-haired Vanguard because he made the tier list template. It's a really nice one. And yeah, we're just gonna. I do want to say before we get super into this, no matter what tier I put something in, like if if you're like, hey, I think like that's gonna be the big thing that I want, then pick it up. It's not. This isn't like a definitive list. This is just from uh, pretty much testing with my group of people. So we'll just get right on into it. Starting with Jiva. Jiva got a Blaze Maiden card that searches you, I believe, the Varenas, which I would put that as an upgrade, not a big one, but I would put it as a regular upgrade. I think once we get the new Legendary Vanguard collection, it becomes like a bigger upgrade because the new ride line can also search out Blaze Maidens, so it won't be as much of a brick, but I think we could leave it in here for now, just for like preparing for the future. Um, and we got to put my boy. We're actually gonna put all of them. I know it's like not super like long-winded and explanatory, but none of the quick start trial decks, gosh, say that 5 times fast. None of them got anything really substantial. Uh, they're all just like you got a combine rusher for a Soul Blast one. It's not bad. It's just not great. Like I think if you have, in my opinion, if you have to spend more than 10 cents on a copy of the support that they got, I feel like you're paying too much, but that's just my personal opinion. Alcalibra, I think the support he got was really good. It was, it wasn't like really good. Like I feel like the support that Jiva slash whatever the new one is called is good in the long term. Whereas I'm still like kind of on the fence about the Alcalibra support. Like some games it feels really good, some games it feels just like whatever. Uh, but I will be picking it up because I enjoy the deck a lot. Going on to the first of our new decks, which will be Alphard Phantom. I play this deck a lot online. Uh, it's kind of rough without the newest wave of support because it gives you another way to search personas in the moon. But this deck is really fun. I mean, I always enjoy, uh, you know, beat chest, try to hit your opponent in one turn and kill them. I think that's like fun, but I wouldn't necessarily be rushing to bring this to an event. Uh, but yeah, this is a really fun deck. I definitely think if you have the chance to pick it up, you should. Uh, we have Chronojet, so we'll talk about these. Let me just grab them real quick. So it's Chronojet, Time Stamping, and Crowwind Dragon. They all got support in the form of the exact same card, and it kind of varies between each of them. I think like in Chronojet, it's probably just a yeah. Like it's top of yeah because it's still better than the rest of the quick start decks, but it's not something that you should be desperate to pick up if you specifically play Chronojet. Maybe if you want like 2 copies, sure, but it's not like something you gotta break your back over. I think it is a upgrade to time stamping. The only issue is time stamping is just not that great. So I don't feel like it's very worth it, and you don't really have like a good target. I mean, yeah, you really don't have that good of a target to do the minus counterblast for the new unit that you call in terms of grade 3. So I'm just like I'm not sold on it. I don't think it's like super great enough to be like you need to hunt this down and spend like $25 or whatever. But I do think for uh, Glowwind, it's a really good card because it leaves it so that you can now pretty much do your whole combo off of one counterblast. You can, you call out the new guy. You swing with the Vanguard. You'll bind him as cost for a counterblast, and then your grade 4 Colossus won't have to pay his counterblast, which is really nice. I mean, not a lot to say on like reserving resources because that's very important. But it also does draw you cards in the early game if you do need it. Uh, Greedon, Greedon got. I wanna. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I've been watching my buddy test it, so I'm just gonna put it in upgrades for now. The card is really good. It gives you like it lets you boost on the first attack, which is really nice. Um, it can also bounce itself back to hand for like a Soul Blast one, which is really cool. But I don't think it necessarily pushes the deck super hard. I feel like it's just a slight little bump of what's the word? Consistency in terms of power. Also making sure you have a rear guard. Uh, Going into Odium though, I'll put Odium and Draconis up here. This should technically be a Morta, but they didn't have a Morta on the tier list, which is fine. You can kind of do a mix, but they both got the same two cards. They got a upgraded form for Odium and Amorta specifically, and they got a grade 2 that works with Odium, Amorta, and you can also throw it in just a pure Draconis build. My opinions on it are like the the Odium buff is insane. Like I think it's if we had to like if we were ordering these, it would be at the top for sure. But this is it's a really good buff to the deck, and the Immorta one's not bad. I just feel like the Immorta with the new Dual Nation Grade 3 isn't super crazy. Like I feel like it's good. It's just not super crazy. But I do think the Grade 2 makes both decks or all three decks if you want to put it like insanely good. I highly recommend like if you were on the fence of picking it up, I think you should absolutely pick it up. Next up we have Byko, the Almagester deck. It got another crit restander, which isn't bad, but nothing super great, I want to say. My buddy likes the card a lot, but I don't think it's enough to really call it a huge upgrade. Uh, I will put Drejeweled up in the huge upgrade category, though, because not having to. Well, first of all, you get 3 energy to use your demonic stone dragons or your demonic jewel dragons, which is really cool because all of the new ones require 3 energy. So you can start throwing in things like Tizkar again, which is really nice. But also you can now put it to soul, uh, draw a card, restand something if you haven't restood something that turn, without having to reveal grade 4, which means that this deck can kind of push away from the grade 4 variant, or even if you play it, you don't have to sit there and be like, shoot, I didn't find the grade 4 in time. Varpla does nothing. So it's just a really big upgrade. Very, very happy to see it. Impaldio, it hurts me to say this because it's it's another like mini Impaldio, which is really cool, but it's not that great. It's just fine. It introduces an interesting mechanic of of how you manipulate the auto mod gauge, and I hope they like kind of continue with that for this deck. Just like interesting ways to use your auto mod gauge. But yeah, it's not super important, I would say. Prison, I think I'm putting Prison in. Yeah, I don't feel like the card's that great. Um, at least it didn't like stand out to me at all. And then for new decks, fun, Zorga Phantom's pretty good. This deck hasn't produced any tournament results yet, so I don't want to put it in new deck good. Otherwise, I would put it in new deck good. Um, but realistically, all the new decks are pretty solid except for maybe Alphard Phantom. But it's very cool. It's very reminiscent on how Zorga plays, except instead of doing orders together, you're mashing units together, which is really cool. And it does it does a decent bit of deck thinning too for the specific pieces. So you're kind of doing what most rank 8 decks are doing in the form of like getting rid of a bunch of non-trigger units from your deck, which is really nice. Alden got support. I don't know. I feel like it's a good card. It's just not that great. Like it doesn't do as much for the deck as like these decks got, or the high huge upgrades got, supported. So I'm just gonna put it in regular upgrades for now. I think it's just fine. Uh, this might be. I want to say Blangdemeyer Phantom is the best deck to come out of this set. You could argue the Stokia one is the best one, but we'll get there when we get there. Um, but yeah, I think this is a really strong and solid deck. It makes use of the Keter package. It's got the Crimson Moon, so you can deck filter more. Overall, it's just a really solid strategy, and it's also reminiscent of the original Blankmeyer deck. Levy Dress did get support, but I think we're just throwing in upgrades. So the thing is, we got another copy of Huli, just a counterblast to revive something. But this one can draw you one. Maybe I'll put that up here just in case, because I do like the card a bit. It's not like the greatest card that they've printed, and it's not very new per se, but it is kind of nice to, if you ever need to fish for a card, you can just go ahead and draw a card, and it'll get 5k power. Um, it's not bad. No, I gotta put in upgrades. I can't put it on the same level as these. Leonorin kind of got the same. I don't even know what to say about it. We got like a 15k power, 10k shield, grade 1 that can come back from the drop. It's something for sure. I'm gonna try to like. I want to play like a couple copies of it, but the couple games I did, I just never saw it, or when I did, it was like the worst thing I could have drawn. So I'd like to keep messing around with it. I think this is the arguably the other best new deck of the set, which is Bear Krea. Bear Krea is Varga, but without retiring. Instead, you're tapping set orders to either give power, draw, or discard a card, or bringing something back from your graveyard. Which all those are pretty fine. I don't have it highly rate, or I have it a little lower rated than. I might actually swap these two just to. I have it a little lower rated in my mind than Blankmeyer Phantom because I feel like the deck is just not as interesting as it could have been. So that just kind of, you know, it's kind of whatever to me. Going into Leisha Fell, I have, I don't play this deck at all, but I've seen a lot of people say that the card is really good, so I'm going to believe in them and say it's really good. The juicy fruity stuff, we're just gonna put it at the bottom here. I just don't think that deck's playable at all, realistically. And then Mag Phantom, I'm gonna put it at the top or in the top row, and the reason we're gonna put it there is because it does see like in the team events, it does show up every once in a while. And I think maybe that is worth looking at. Of course, all of these decks are worth looking at if you play them, but that is, yeah, that's pretty much what we're looking at. Obviously, if there's anything in here, if you're like, well, I'm a big uh, prison player and I really want the card and I'm picking up, pick it up, my guy, pick it up. Or if you're like, hey, I really don't like any of these three decks, I'm not going to touch them. That's fine. Don't worry about new deck good if you do not want the decks and just kind of focus on whatever you want. This is just me trying to give an example as to what there is, what to pick up, and stuff like that. So that'll do it for this one. We should be back to normal content pretty soon, probably on Wednesday, honestly, or Sunday. I don't remember. We had a bit of overtime at work, so I didn't get to do recordings like I normally want to. But yeah, that'll do it for this one, guys. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.